Look, I get it. You know social media could be beneficial for your business, but the idea of coming up with fresh new ideas every single day, ugh, it sounds exhausting just thinking about it, right? Well, I discovered something that completely changes for me. What I'm about to show you means that instead of needing 30 new fresh ideas every single month, you only need 4 main topics. And I will prove it to you. Hi, if you are new here, welcome. I'm Roxandra, and if you have been here before, I'm glad you are back. I'm a social media manager and strategist for over 5 years now, and I'm happy to share tips and strategies with you. Okay, so here's what I see happening consistently. You know, social media could be amazing for your business. Every few weeks, you get that burst of motivation like, all right, this time I'm gonna really post consistently. But then, reality check. You realize you will need to come up with 20, 30, or maybe even 40 new content ideas every month. You sit down to actually plan it, and your brain just goes blank. And sure, I know with AI now that should be a lot easier, but you end up with generic random ideas that you are not even sure fit what you are actually doing. So then it feels impossible. So what happens next? You end up posting whenever you remember to, or honestly, not posting at all. It's this endless cycle of I really should be doing this, but never having a system that actually helps you do that. And listen, I totally get it. I'm that kind of person that needs the next 10 posts planned out before I can even hit publish on the first one. I'm a total perfectionist about it, but that planning obsession got me inconsistent for months. But that's exactly what I'm about to show you is such a lifesaver, I would say. A few years ago, it's when I had that aha moment. I was doing social media for all these different businesses and I came across a job posting. It was from a coach that was looking for someone to turn their podcast episodes into social media posts. And I'm reading this thinking, wait, that's genius. Now, full transparency, I didn't get that job. Someone else was a better fit at that moment, but that idea stuck with me. Like, here are all these business owners sitting on a gold mine of content, podcast episodes, YouTube videos, even webinars. And they are still stressing about what to post next on Instagram. That's when it hit me. What if instead of starting from zero every time, you created only one solid piece of content per week and then just transform it? Like one podcast episode or a YouTube video becomes a week worth of social media content. The more I thought about it, the more I realized this solves everything. You are not scrambling for ideas anymore because you've got this one piece that really shows who you are, where you can dive deep, share your expertise, and really build trust with your audience. And then that one piece feeds everything else. For business owners, it's way less pressure, and you are not wasting time trying to reinvent the wheel every day. And if you are working with a social media manager, they can actually create content that sounds like you because the long-form content captures your voice and your personality. So your social media manager can replicate it across all those other social media posts. And well, this approach is called content repurposing. And here's how it works. Instead of panicking of needing 30 different ideas, you only focus on 4 solid topics for the month. And that's it. Those become your foundation. And everything else just flows from there. So instead of thinking, oh God, I need 30 new ideas, you are asking yourself, what are the 4 main topics I really want to talk about this month? Way less overwhelming, right? Those topics become your go-to source for literally everything. And here's why this is such a game changer. First of all, it kills that overwhelm completely. Planning 4 topics, totally doable, right? You can batch everything, be super intentional about it, actually think it through instead of just scrambling. And here's what I will say is the real magic. Your content just gets better. When you are doing a podcast or a YouTube video, you actually have the opportunity to go deep. You can tell stories, share your expertise, actually share valuable insights instead of just surface level information. And that depth, that's what is building trust with the people that are watching you. Each piece works together to build this perfect ecosystem where people find you, get to know you, and eventually want to work with you. I would say it's beautiful. That long form content builds that connection and depth, while your short form content gets you discovered. Now, here where it gets fun. From each long form piece, the ideas just keep coming. You can slice it out into carousels, single posts, quotes, emails, short form clips, whatever you need. One solid piece of content can totally fuel your entire social media presence across all platforms. You'll have more content ideas than you know what you do with, and you never have to start from zero again. But you're probably wondering, does it work in real life, in the online world? Well, this is the exact system that I use with my clients. Instead of stressing of endless new ideas, they just record a few long form pieces of content every month. From there, we turn those into everything they need for Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and everything fits together because it's rooted in their own expertise and personality. The business owners I work with love this because they can finally do what they are best at: running their business and sharing their knowledge. And their audience loves it because they are finally hooked. It feels like the content actually speaks to them. So here's your big takeaway. Stop thinking you need thousands of new ideas every month. With content repurposing, you only need a few really good ones that can be expanded and shared in multiple ways, giving you more content ideas than you will ever run out of. And here's what's really cool though. When your audience sees the same core ideas coming through in all these different formats, something actually clicks for them. They start feeling like they really know you and that they actually get you. And that's exactly when your social media stops being something you need to do and actually starts working. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, this sounds great, but I really don't have the time to figure out a whole content repurposing system and execute it myself every week. And well, that's exactly why I help business owners with content repurposing, turning long-form content into a complete social media strategy. But whenever you do it yourself or you work with someone like me, not necessarily me, another social media manager or virtual assistant, the principle is the same. One strong piece of content can solve your content ideas problem forever and fuel your entire social media presence. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the biggest challenge you have with content? And if content repurposing is something you are thinking about trying, because personally I'm gonna use this system myself for my social media accounts. So see you next time to discuss more about content repurposing.